those beans are in. Purple climbing beans, I believe they are. Something like that. They're looking pretty healthy in those seedling pots. They've grown crazy in the last week. They've probably doubled in size, maybe tripled in size. So I've got 2 teepees to grow them up. I haven't read the packet. It actually got wet, so I don't even know how tall they grow. I better go read my book. But I'm sure that they're going to outgrow these little teepees. Well, this one's bigger. I've got some strings around them now to try and help them grow up. So that's the first round of planting today. Alright, I'm in creative mode again. In my greenhouse, I wanted to get a container such as this one. No, that one there, not the bowl. To fill with alpaca poo or worm tea or whatever. Probably alpaca poo or compost tea. So let it steep for a while and then have this container in the greenhouse so I can use it to fill up my my watering cans in the greenhouse and not have to walk the other side of my yard to do it. So I bought this container from the second-hand shop or salvage yard, but there's no tap on it, so now I'm trying to figure out how to do the tap. I did have this tap from a previous attempt at something similar, which has got this big tap on top of it, but it's really, really tight, hard to turn. See, I can't even do it. I can't do it one-handed. Really tight to turn that tap, and that was the problem. It was just bent the plastic. So I don't really want to use that. So I'm trying to think up some other way that I can do it. I was thinking, what about hose fittings? So I've got this little gadget here. See if I can unscrew them. So there's 2 parts to it. This is generally the bit that goes on the tap to expand it, or shrink it, no, expand it to fit. It's an adapter anyway. And that's just a hole on the inside with a thread on the outside. And then we have the actual bit that the hose connector clips onto. It's got a thread on the inside. So if you screw those together, if I put the black bit on the inside, put the grey bit on the outside, then I have a connector on the outside, and then I can attach these bits. And I can make that length of hose any length I want to go as far as I need, or I can just have a short bit. I can even put a spray head on the end if I want to. So yeah, I think this is the way I'm going to go. So I'm just going to have to drill a hole. So I've just marked it out, the thickness of that, or that diameter of the smaller area. So I don't have a hole saw, so I have to just drill on the inside of that circle I've drawn, a series of drill holes, and then we'll have to just file it a little bit just to make it a nice firm fit. Probably going to have to silicone it as well. So hopefully this works. Let's go. Try and do these close together. So obviously you're going to have to punch it out afterwards. Whoops, slipped. Slippery little bugger this is. So the hole's done. I just need to trim a little bit off around the outside edge. I've tried in the hole and it's just a little bit too tight, which is perfect. So I'll use my knife, I'll trim it down. Actually I'm using my secateurs because they're nice and sharp, but don't tell anyone because they're not really made for this purpose. But nice and sharp, they just take a tiny, tiny little slither of plastic off at a time so we don't bugger up our hole. Keep testing. Just need it to be like perfectly sized. I'm getting there. Oh, look at that. It even screws in. It's nice and tight. Except we don't want it that way around. We want it the other way. Hopefully I get enough thread sticking out. I think that's it. I will have to stick a bit of silicone on that. I just want to make sure everything's right first. So, there you go. There's my fitting. Beautiful. These need a rinse because they've been in the dirt. That hook's on there. And I now have, whoops, the wrong way, my container with an attachment on it. Beautiful. Better than I bought one. Alrighty. Okay, so here's my barrel. I tried to do silicone around the seal and it didn't work because as soon as I screwed the attachment on, it broke the silicone. So I've got a little foam washer. You can't really see that, sorry. And I've just got one of them on the inside and on the outside, and I've squeezed that in there, which has sealed it pretty well, but there is still a drip coming, seeping out there. So we'll have to look into that again later on. But I've got this full of water and alpaca poo. There's a bit of water on top here. It's been raining. Yeah, so it's there's a big bag full of alpaca poo in there and full of water. Nice strong concoction. So I've got this hose on here. It's probably a bit long. Excuse me while I drag it in. So let's see if I can do this one-handed. If we turn the fitting on. Now when I do it two-handed, and I can turn it on properly, there you go. It's actually got quite a good flow today. Nice, working well. But as I say, if I lift the hose up any higher, then I lose the flow, lose the gravity. Smells good.